Hello. How are we all getting on with this whole not knowing what day you're on and what week and what year, and has Santa been, has it not been? I just don't know anymore. Today, in your world, it is Saturday the 20-something of the something year. It's the, wait, I'm looking at my calendar, the 28th of December 2024. 2024 is almost a thing of the past, which there's always some people who are glad to see the back of a year and looking forward to the next year, aren't they? And I think I said it, I don't even know what episode it was I said it on. It was one of the ones over Christmas. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before or something. Like, the amount of people, including myself, who are feeling so positive about 2025. I just think, yeah, I've got bits of paper here, there and everywhere about 2025. So I can't wait. I'm quite excited. Not that I want to see the back of any years or anything. I mean, there's probably a few years in my past that I was quite glad to see the back of, but 2024 hasn't been one of the worst. It's been an alright year. It's been good in some ways, not so good in others. I think this year's been one where a lot of people have had health problems. I know, I don't know about yourself, I know a lot of people that have had, and not even, I don't just mean like wee sickness bugs here and there, I mean like quite major health problems. It seems to be every time you talk to somebody, they're telling you either they know somebody or they are going through some kind of health crisis. So I don't know what's going on. It seems to be worse than, well, not worse, that's an exaggeration. It's like 2020, obviously we had a certain pandemic and we lost a few years there, and I still genuinely think a lot of us still think we're in 2019, because we did lose the years like completely. They were like wiped off the face of the earth. We bypassed them, didn't we? So yeah, anyway, it's the weekend. Who remembers that song? I just can't wait till Saturday. I mean, I know I'm normally an amazing singer, right? Today's not going to be one of the days because we're still got this chest infection going on, and it just doesn't seem to be one to shift. And every time I think I'm starting to feel better, like within 10-20 minutes, I'm like sounding as if I've smoked 100 fags. Anyway, Saturday for you, not for me. And it's chill time, weekend time. It's funny, isn't it? Because normally on a Saturday, here I go, I can't breathe. Normally on a Saturday, or sort of Wednesday, Thursday, you start thinking, oh, can I wait till the weekend? Oh, I'm going to go out on Saturday night, blah, blah, blah. But this particular weekend, every year, because it doesn't feel like a weekend, because you've been celebrating Christmas, and then you're looking forward to New Year, Hogmanay, the bells, however you describe it, you don't really tend to make plans for this weekend. Yeah, you don't tend to make weekend plans. Don't tend to make plans for this weekend because it's the weekend where you just want to do nothing. You want to just chill out. Some people might have went back to work for a day and then off. Some people might still be off if you've got the 2 weeks off or a week off or whatever. But chilled weekend, I'm just in my chilled era, to be fair, because I'm constantly doing something, whether either sorting boys, sorting my mum, we're shopping and things like that, or doing the podcast or the therapy business or whatever I'm doing, or planning or studying, or yeah, I like it when there's just a full day that you don't need to do anything at all. Nothing. Lie in your jammies all day. I mean, I did stay in my jammies for about 3 days over Christmas because I done enough on Christmas Day. There was no need for me to be doing anything else until, and it's not as if I was going anywhere, I was in my house. Who agrees and who disagrees? Who still goes out to the pub or clubbing or whatever this weekend, if you get plans, do you make the most of the whole 2 weeks and just, I mean, I probably would have done that, and I probably did do it. I just can't remember that far back. Before I had kids, I remember the year I was pregnant with my first, and now did I work Christmas Day? I can't remember if I worked Christmas Day or if I get Christmas Day off and worked New Year. I know I was working Boxing Day. I worked right through basically. I think I might have get Christmas Day off, but I was working the rest of it, which doesn't bother me either, because obviously when you're pregnant you can't drink. I mean, before that I was like your social butterfly. If there was a party, and if there was a night out, if there was a social gathering, we'll say that, I was there. I mean, even when I was pregnant, although I didn't drink or anything like that when I was pregnant, didn't smoke, nothing, stopped everything as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was still going out clubbing until 2 weeks before my son was born. I remember one night we were going into one of the nightclubs we used to go to a couple of times a week, and you always get one bouncer that thinks he's dead funny, don't he? Or he thinks he's being cheeky or smarmy or smart arse or whatever. And he's like, oh, there's 2 of you need to pay 2 entrance fees. Oh, that was hilarious. Like, splitting my sides here, you better watch my waters don't break, pal. So yes, there's always that one person. And the thing is, when we're pregnant, and when we're heavily pregnant, as in 35 to 40 weeks pregnant, even before that, we know we're pregnant. We do not need you to point out that we are pregnant and we are carrying a full human inside our belly. I'd like to see you try it, because I mean, there was this wee thing. I don't know who he thinks he was going to protect anybody for, but it wasn't a 38-week pregnant female, put it that way. So yes, in fact, I think that same night my pal threw up in my car. I'm sure it was that same night. Might have been another night. It was the same nightclub, but he threw up on the way home, and I was like, nope, I am not cleaning that. I am pregnant. So I sent my cousin out to clean it up. She was fuming, but not my fault. I'm pregnant. You're all drunk. You just can clean it. Yeah. Got a lot of memories. Some I might share with you one day, some I might not. I'm heavy breathing again, aren't I? I told you this yesterday. It's funny when you think back to your clubbing days when you're a parent, isn't it? Because I had this conversation. Who was I talking to? I can't remember. I was talking to one of my pals. In fact, I think I told you about her at Christmas, because she's just became, well, not just became, but she's got her first wee grandchild, and it's her granddaughter's first Christmas this year. Was her granddaughter's first Christmas. And we were talking about how my son walked home from Glasgow City Centre. No, obviously this Christmas, last Christmas. Well, the start of December when he was out for his worst night out, his Christmas night out, and I was fuming. I'm like, you could have died, you could have get attacked, you could have get knocked in, blah blah blah, and he's just lying there steaming, like, tell me for, I'm him, I don't care. But apart from the fact that he walked home for 3 years, and the last thing I said to him, and it's the last thing I say to him every time he goes to a night out, if you can't get a taxi home, you phone me. If you're going to be on your own coming home, you phone me, I will come and get you. Don't care what time it is, I'll come and get you. He lost his jacket, plus it was snowing. I mean, obviously drink takes over, doesn't it? You think you're invincible when you're drunk. You're like, yes, I'm Superman, I'm Batman, I am the hero. And he came in and he's like, oh my god, I pure walked up that road rapid. I said, did you? Aye. You left it in 3 years ago. I was like, oh, I thought it was only half an hour ago. No, I've been phoning you for hours and you keep telling me you're in a taxi. Don't know where that taxi was meant to be going, but it never had you in it. So yes, I just presumed he was dropping people off, but needless to say, he was just being a douchebag and thought he was being funny. So yes, he got a big lecture, and now because of that one night, he gets a lecture every time he's gone on a night out. And he's like, I know you tell me this every time, and I'm like, well, I'm just reminding you, so that you don't forget, like you forgot that one time. You won't ever forget again. So now he texts me every time he's in a taxi. I'm in my taxi for 10 minutes. I'm like, right, okay, that's fine. As long as I know. Because when you're walking back to mine, I mean, some people are a bit, if you don't live within Glasgow, you get a lot of people, especially, I do find a lot of people in England though. I mean, there's not really any good, in inverted commas, places anywhere these days. Everywhere's the same. Everywhere's got you're good, you're bad, you're ugly, you're indifferent. But there's still a lot of people that think that Glasgow's, that I genuinely think a lot of people think we're just all kicking about with all these illegal weapon things. I don't really want to say the words on here in case it gets me into trouble, but and that we're all just running about the streets fighting each other, trying to get past, as if it's like some Western film, like a cowboy and Indians thing. But it's not like that. If you do not live in Glasgow, Glasgow can be very nice in certain places. Okay, some places aren't so nice, but when the way he walked home, some of the bits are a bit, you wouldn't want him walking home, especially not yourself, even in daylight. And it's not that something will 100% happen to you, because, but there's just a wee few dodgy characters. Anyway, he's fine. He's lived to tell the tale, and he's also lived to regret that tale, because now I will never let him live it down. There was a point to that story, but my menopausal brain has kicked in and I can't remember. What was it? That's what it was. So we were talking about the things that our kids are doing these days, and we're like lecturing them, and I was like, but do you remember when we were that age? Because obviously we've been pals, although we're not close pals, but we went about each other when we were teenagers and whatever. We've been pals for over 30 years, known each other for over 30 years. And she's like, I know we done worse than they've ever done. And I'm like, I know, but we just don't tell them that bit. Like, that's a secret. I say it to one of my therapy clients as well. In fact, I said it to them recently, and I'm like, do you remember when you were that age? Like, no. And I'm like, because you're a wee bit older than me. I mean, I wouldn't say that to him because he has a client, but we do have laughs as well as talking serious, to be fair. And yeah, it's crazy, but I think the world's changed in a different way, not necessarily for the worse or for the better, just in a different way from when we grew up. And I do genuinely think a lot of that is to do with social media, internet in general. People think they can just get away with everything, because if you sit and watch the news and you read the papers or whatever else, or you see that somebody's been up to court for XYZ and they get tagged, or they got a fine, £150 fine, and you're like, are you joking? How are they actually meant to learn a lesson from that? Not saying that everybody has to be imprisoned, but obviously the deterrent, the punishment has to fit the crime, and it doesn't always. Also, you've got mobile phones where they've got the cameras and they've got video cameras, and everybody thinks it's dead funny to video and whatever, but then at the same time everybody's walking about with gadgets that are costing hundreds, sometimes thousands of pounds, and watches as well, so there's a lot more, how do you explain it? There's a lot more theft, for one, muggings, but also people, it's not just a case of theft or a mugging, it's like taking people's lives. Or there's a lot more drugs, which that can affect it as well. If somebody's got a drug habit, then they don't necessarily care, as long as they can get money to get what they need. And this isn't me judging that person, because I genuinely know like how hard it is for them and whatever else, and but I'm also not saying it's okay for them either. Like, they should not be doing that. But where does the government step in and start doing things? This has got a bit serious. I mean, this all started from my son walking up the road for the turn. But yeah, the world has gone crazy. So I'm not going to get too deep into that anymore. I've just decided, let's change the subject, because I'll start giving a few views. Maybe we'll do that topic another day. We'll leave that one for season 2, and preferably not round about Christmas time. Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. Nobody's brought mistletoe to my door yet. Fuming, absolutely fuming. In fact, you know what? So Danielle, I was talking to her and I was joking with, well, I was semi-joking. I mean, I don't know this person, I don't even know what they look like, but we're talking about one of our pals who's single and whatever, and I was like, tell him your pal's single as well. She's like, oh my god, you two would be a pure good match, but I don't think I could handle the two of you together. What we try to say about me, like, or him? She's like, the two of you have got the exact same sense of humour. She says, but the two of you are mental. I don't know if I could cope with the two of you together, so now I need to work on that one, because now it's got me intrigued. Now it's got me thinking, maybe that's the one. Maybe that's where 2025's got to get better. I mean, I'm not really interested in a relationship, but because she said that, I mean, I said it as a joke to her to start with, but because she said that, now I'm intrigued. So now I can't let it go. And Danielle, see if you're listening to this, you better realise that I will be talking about this every day to you until you do something about it. Wait, you see, I ended up getting introduced to this guy, and I'm like, oh Danielle, what you set me up with him for? He's a pure riot. He's got a shit sense of humour. Try to say, yeah, he's got a better sense of humour than me? Nah, not on your Nelly, as my mum would say. Anyhow, if I end up in a relationship in some point before I turn into dust, that will be a miracle. I'm not into relationships these days. I have it, one of my pals, he's actually my ex as well, but we've been pals for school. I keep thinking I can hear somebody chat my window, chat my door. God love that, he's always trying his damnedest and he just keeps getting shot down every time. Anyway, hopefully he finds something 2025 as well, but he's the same as me. He's like, I'm not even that fussed. He says I'm quite enjoying being single, and I'm like, so much. So do you want to leave me be? Stop pestering me. He sent me he sent me one of the memes, and it was oh no, I can't say it because it's got sweary words. I mean, I could say it, but I don't want to be sweary. So he sent me this meme, and it was like a jokey thing. It's kind of sexual, but not sexual, but also about his appearance, let's just say. I was like, oh, leave you to it, let's just change the subject. Got a habit of changing subjects, haven't I? I am freezing tonight, do you know that? And I know I'm full of the flu, but there's a wee bit of a chill in the air. So, Christmas Day potentially had turkey or chicken or whatever meat. So it's basically like having your roast dinner, which you would normally have on a Sunday. So Sunday after Christmas, which will be your tomorrow, but my whenever. I don't know how many days away it is because I don't even know what day I'm on anymore. Are you still going to have a roast dinner, or are you going to have something a bit different? Don't know. Oh, I just had a wee pain there. I don't know what to make this week, so for Christmas dinner I got in, what have I bought in? I bought ham. Try to think what else I've got. So we got the ham, we've got turkey, and we've got chicken. So, and here's why. I quite fancied ham for a change. My oldest wanted turkey, my youngest wanted chicken because he lives on chicken. But I didn't get a big anything. Well, I get a big bit of ham because it was the only bit of ham that wasn't covered in fat. I'm not into fat. I'm fat enough, I don't need any added fat in my dinner. And then I just get a mini crown for the turkey, and I got just a normal whole chicken. So I'll be busy cooking all that, and then obviously you make your soup, don't you, and or your roast potatoes and whatever else, or your veg. So that's basically like my roast dinner for that week. Oh, and I've got the Yorkshire puddings and I've got the gravy and everything. So that's like my roast dinner for that week. So can I be bothered making another roast dinner? Because then on New Year's Day I'm going to be making whatever I'm making that day. I don't know if I'm making steak or steak pie or whatever. I've not spoke to the boys about that, because if I need to make a steak pie, I need to go to one particular butcher's, because I need to get a gluten-free one, because my son's gluten intolerant. Oh my god, this is stressful. I'm stressing myself out. And then the wee Ian doesn't like steak pie, so he'll either have a mince round or he'll have chicken. Now that chicken that he loves off it. Oh God's sakes. And it's the queue. It's the thought of the queue. I'm too late to put an order in to get delivered for the butchers. So I need to go on queue, which means, oh no, I'm not into that. Fiat. I don't know. Anyhow, that's that. So I'm thinking I could make like spaghetti bolognese, or what could I make? Chili, lasagna. Don't know. Curry. Oh, curry. Nice curry. I don't know what I'm going to make. I tend to decide on the day what I'm cooking. I'm not I mean, I've noticed this. Unless it's work, I'm late for everything. I never used to be. It's funny that I used to be on time for everything. I used to be early for everything. Even like going to meet my pals in town when I was younger. I'd always be early. I'm always early for work. I'm always late for everything else. But I get that from Auntie Rosemary. So we had a running theme when I was like a teenager. Me and my mum would meet Auntie Rosemary in the town on a Saturday. And she was always an hour late. She wasn't ever 10 minutes late or 5 minutes late, half an hour late. She was always an hour late. So we got to the point we would tell her an hour earlier than what we actually planned to meet her, so that she was in time. It's funny that, isn't it? So I'm taking after my Rosemary when I'm always late. I just can't be bothered. I'm in my chilled, relaxed era. Why did we get on this topic of me being late and on time and late, and don't even know why I was talking about that. And that was why, because I'm not organised. So it's not that I'm not organised. I'm organised in my head, which that's just keep your opinions to yourself, because we know my brain doesn't brain. But I'm all the organisational stuff is in my head, but actually, in reality, it doesn't always pan out that way. So yes, I laugh at myself. So at the bottom of my screen when I'm recording, because this is an audio only one today, so when I do audio only on the, what do you call that, software, is that what you call it, that you record with, there's like a screen at the bottom, not a screen, a wee clock thing at the bottom, and it tells you how long you've been recording for. Obviously I don't get that when I do it on my camera, if it's visual and audio, and I look at it and I go, do these people want to listen to me talking for any longer? Will I keep going? Because I know I'm going to have to edit out at least 5-10 minutes of utter gumph that I've spoke, and quite a lot of pauses where my brain's forgot what I was saying. My menopause has kicked in. And at the minute we're also editing out some heavy panting, just in case you all think I'm some kind of pervert. I'm not. I'm just ill. I have the lurgy. So yeah, what's your work doing for New Year? Do they let you, if you go back to work, say you only get the 2 days off each week, or 2 days, 1 day, whatever it is, depending where you are in the world, does your work let you away early? So my son, he got away early on Christmas Eve. He didn't think he was getting away early because he the boss that was meant to be on, but ended up he wasn't in. Excuse me, sorry. He wasn't in, so it was one of the other guys that was kind of supervisor. He's like, we're leaving early, we're shutting shop, we're off ski. So I think he kind of thought he might get away early every day, but I don't know if they will. Oh, I've got an itch yet. I've not got an itch yet, I've got something in my eye. So I'm wondering if he'll get away early on New Year's Eve. In fact, he's finished. If he's on the shift he's on, he'll be finished early anyway. I think he finishes about 2-ish, 3. I don't even know anymore. I've lost all senses of how to think. Today, this week, this month, I don't know. Who is on TikTok? So I've got a grievance, and I tell you this all the time about TikTok. It's not that I'm not going to put out a grievance thing. I'm going to put out an appeal to you all. Can you all start following more positive content, just so that the rest of us don't need to see any negativity on my FYP. I am absolutely sick and tired, and I sound old and ancient by saying that, but I'm sick and tired of seeing everybody bitching about each other, seeing everybody slandering each other and accusing each other of stuff and blah blah blah, all because they might be doing a wee bit better than you, or you don't quite like their content, or you don't like their hairstyle, or how they live their life, or whatever it might be. Let it go. Can we change that for 2025, please? Because see, this is why I'm really going to sound ancient now, but this is why the world's so messed up. Not the world, but this is why the future generation now of children, our children just now, are so messed up in certain instances. Don't know how to treat each other. They think it's alright just to say, oh my god, look at that old guy, he's a pure paedophile, or oh my god, look at that, blah blah blah. Like, these words just roll off the tongue, like it's alright to just say that to somebody. And TikTok is bad for it. See the paedophile word, or they say pedo, don't they, or whatever they say. They are bad for it on there. And I think I've already tried to, sorry, every time I put my drink on my desk it rattles my mic, because my desk is an absolute tip just now. I've already contacted some powers that be to do with TikTok, and I will be trying again further, more severely. I don't know what word I'm trying to use, because it's Aileen. Aileen just and hopes that something productive comes out her mouth. Yes, we need social media. If we want to carry on having social media, and we want to carry on enjoying social media, we need to make it more positive. Not just for the adults, but especially for the children. Children don't need to think that that's the way to behave and the way to treat people. I mean, when I think back to some things that have happened to me in my past, to an extent it messes you up and whatever else, and that's bad enough. But when you add on all these things where people are accusing you of the most heinous crimes, and you've not even done it, you've not even considered doing it, it hasn't entered your brain, but they think that this particular word is a normal thing to say to people. It's almost like saying, I'm trying to think of something that you would say to somebody that, oh my god, you're a pure loser. Because kids say that, don't they? You're a pure loser. So instead of saying to somebody now, oh my god, you're a pure loser, it's, oh my god, he's a pedo, he's a pedo, he's a paedophile, he's this, he's that. And you're like, do you actually realise what you're saying and how serious that is? Can't cope with it. I think it's disgusting. I can hear a bird tweeting in my ear, and there is no birds round about. losing the plot. Oh my god, I can't believe I say some of this stuff out loud. I nearly gave a wee bit of nugget of information there that I really shouldn't have. So yes, some people have got genuine trauma to deal with. Please do not add to it. Let's make the world a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. There are... Not singing the rest of it, 'cause you know what I say every time I sing a song? Don't sue me. I mean, he can't sue me because he's not here anymore, but I'm sure there's somebody that's in charge of his music. Don't you sue me either, please. It was a wee accident. What would you like me to focus on in season 2? I do have certain things that I will be focusing on more, and I'm kind of leaving a lot of that information until... When am I giving it out? Not that, the information. I mean, well, let's start. No, I'm kidding on. Let's not talk. So, I think I'm giving that information out. So this is Saturday what did I say it was? 28th of December. And then Sunday's the 29th. So I think either a week today or a week tomorrow in your world, not in my world. I'll be giving out some information about season 2. I mean, I need to remember I've told you that by the time I get to recording that episode. I do have things written down, don't worry. I am organised of some point. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. I mean, my brain's unorganised. I don't know if it's organised chaos or unorganised chaos, but it's chaos. But I love it. My telly's just come on. Hold on. That just came on itself there. I am not impressed. I don't know how that happened, but I just near jumped out my skin. My dad, he's due back. I was just talking to somebody there about... one of my neighbours about my dad being away, and she's like, how long's he been away for now? And is that him 2 weeks now? And I'm like, 2 weeks? That's been a month. Kidding on. So he's back the end of the first week in January, I think it is. I actually thought it was the following week. So I mean, he's been taking great pleasure. I've been telling me the temperatures and whatever else it is, but I don't know. I'm not impressed. He's like, oh, it's 30 degrees out there, you can't sit in that. And I was like, even if I was sizzling, I'd be sitting there. I need that vitamin D in my bones. My bones are absolute agony there now. Doesn't help I keep forgetting to take my painkillers and all my other medication. I think I've not took my medication for about 3 or 4 days, and it's not because I don't want to take it, it's because I genuinely forget with the menopause brain, and I couldn't even tell you whereabouts on this desk my medication is. See, when it comes to medication, I need alarms on my phone, but I also need an eye shot, because see, by the time, I don't even believe I'm admitting this to you, see, by the time I swipe off the alarm on my phone, I've already forgot that I need medication. I mean, I'm slightly exaggerating there, but if I don't do it straight away, I do forget. But I've not done an alarm on my phone for ages, because it was sitting in eye shot. So every time I sat down at my desk, that's the whole reason it was on my desk, is because when I sit down at my desk in the morning, then I take my medication. But because everything's so chaotic just now, and everything's out of sync, and you're not necessarily working or whatever else or doing the hours or sitting at your desk. I mean, my desk's in my living room anyway, but yeah, I forget. So I need to hurry up and start taking that, but I can't take it. Well, I could take it now. It's just that it's at night. I normally take my medication in the morning, so I don't know how it affects your sleep if you take it at night, if it keeps you awake all night, because I'm not doing all-nighters. I'm too old for that malarkey. I done that 20 odd year ago. Me and my cousin, I don't know if I've told you this story before, but when we were, what age would I been? 14, 15, something like that. I think we were 14. She would tell Matty Rosemary, well, I stayed with Matty Rosemary every weekend as a teenager, and then just about every school holiday. And so my mum knew I was up there. Matty Rosemary just trusted us. Either that or she was just like, you've got to date anyway, just do what you're doing, whatever. So we would then tell her we were going to stay with one of our pals that stayed along the road for her. But then that pal would tell her mum and dad that she was going to stay at Matty Rosemary's with us. And then we'd go camping on the graveyard or wherever we went. What was the point of that story? I'm all-nighters. So I remember one of the times we went camping, and now don't judge me for this, I was a child. We were 14, right? We thought it was funny. It's not funny now when you think back to it. But, and plus, I'm not even going to explain it, but anyway, so we were camping this one time, so there was the tent I was in, and I think there was, how many of us were in that tent? There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was either 6 or 8 of us in that tent. I mean, we were literally all bloody lying in the fetal position just so as we could all fit in. Then there was another tent with, I think, 4 in it. Or was there 8 in all the tents? There was about, there was either 3, 4, 5 or whatever. There was minimum 3 tents there, but I think there was at least 4. Because I can't remember. Do you know that way you're actually sitting here trying to visual where all the tents were? But the point of the story was, no, I didn't put any of the tents up. The tents were already up by the time we got there. Erected. However you describe putting a tent up, I don't know. The tents were up. And we were just all sitting having a laugh and whatever else and a few drinks, as you do when you're 14-year-old, you know. One of the boys was absolutely steaming. He kept falling, banging his head on concrete. At one point, they're asking me, I mean, you think I'm daft now? Can you imagine what I was like at 14? Asking me to try and feel to see if it pulse. I'm going, he's dead. He's not breathing. I can't feel a pulse. I mean, I still couldn't tell you where to feel a pulse. So we all thought he died. But he didn't. Within 30 seconds his eyes pinged open and he jumped up and that was fine. Within about 3 minutes he done his he done the same thing again, fell down, banged his head on his way down, and I thought he was dead again. And this time he did lie there for a wee bit longer, not that any of us were bothered, but you didn't have mobiles in the days. So you couldn't just go phone 999 or whatever, and plus we'd all been grounded because we all said we were staying in each other's houses. So we all had a drink, we were all having a laugh and whatever else. Then got to whatever time of night we all went we all went into our tents. As where I get put in the tent with all the dafties. Oh, God love him, oh, don't. God love him, Mick. Mick's no longer with us. He was so funny. Mick was hilarious, but he was a pain in the ass as well. Well, for me, he was anyhow. And he was always asking me out, and I was always saying no. And then he'd be like, Aileen. And I'm like, what is it, Mick? I'm trying to get asleep. And then he'd say something. And then you'd laugh at him and you'd forgive him for annoying you. You'd try to go back to sleep again. He'd be like, Aileen. And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm going to stick it on you in a minute. Finally got to sleep. One of the boys, he was already sleeping because he was that pissed. He was sleeping before any of us even went in the tent. So we finally went to sleep. We woke up, and everybody else's tent was still up in the morning, in perfect condition. We woke up, we were lying in a puddle, and our tent was on top of us. Oh, I don't know. That was funny. That's probably one of the best nights we had that night. Mick used to do some, like, he used to do all these wee voices and make up his own wee quirky sayings and things like that, and we would all just laugh at him. He was a comedian, but he's just a wee soul. I need to try and, oh God, I was going to say I need to try and get some of the photos out for when we were teenagers to show yous, but I don't think there's any photos for when I was a teenager apart from when I was on holiday where I'm compass mentis in them. I'm lying on a wall or on a stair or on somewhere, absolutely steaming. And it's only me and my cousin and my pals that have seen them, like my auntie Rosemary, my mum and that haven't seen them, because if they seen them I'd be grounded for life. Dearie me, I'd have been in so much trouble. But I had fun. I'll tell you another story, right? So all that group of pals, now was it my 13th birthday or my 14th birthday? I managed to talk my mum into letting me have a party. No a big party, just this one group of pals were coming, and my dad was away with the army at this point. I can't remember if he was in Germany. I think he was in Germany. So my dad was away with the army for I think he was due back in 2 weeks, and so my mum, Matty Rosemary, I think they took my brother to the pictures and out for something to eat, and they're like, "No, Aileen, I'm trusting you," and I'm like, "I ain't bother, whatever." Well, she came back, we were all steaming. A neighbour round the corner from me who, for whatever reason for the day I moved into the house, now she was a lot older than me. I think she's maybe one of these people who was quite popular in the area and didn't like new people moving in. But anyway, so I think she was about between 6 and 8 years older than me, so say I was going to be 13, 14, she was in her 20s at this point. She thought she was being brave, let's say that, turning up at my door, my mum's door, with a wee group of pals, trying to be threatening. But unfortunately for her, my pals were a lot more threatening, so that didn't work out well for her. Then Matty Rosemary and my mum near ripped her a new yin as well, and I was just too steaming to even know what was going on. I was living my best life, spewing down the toilet. But my mum came in, there was, I don't know why, but somebody put cans of beer down in our toilet cistern. Why not just put them in the fridge? I don't know, because we were all down the stair anyway. It meant he would have had to go up the stair to get his beers. I've never ever asked him that question. I've just thought of that there. Why did you do that? What time is it? I could phone my cousin and ask her, but she might be in her bed. Ask her if she remembers that. I mean, she'll remember the party, but I don't know if she'll remember the beers being in the toilet cistern. And I think my mum and Matty Rosemary decided to keep the beers for themselves, had their own wee party when we were kicked out or put to our bed or whatever. But yeah, that's a wee insight into my teenage years. I maybe give you another few wee stories. I mean, I did say to my cousin to come on one day and we could talk about it all, but she's too much a poo bag to come on. I mean, it's not even as if you need to see her. I'll ask her again. I've got another cousin. I mean, I've got hundreds of cousins. I've got one of my cousins, Yvette, she's a few years younger than me, so we weren't really close growing up, but we're close now. And then her big sister, she's either, what age was she? I think she was 50 this year, so I nearly gave my age away there. She's a few years older than me as well. Quite a few years older, we'll say that, right, to make me look better. So we were close growing up, to be fair, but when we got to a certain age, obviously she was away doing her thing, and then once I got to my teenage years, older teenage years, maybe about 16, 15, 16, I started going to nightclubs with her and her partner, because at that point I was going to like, oh, you're over 18s, and thought I was like the bee's knees, until one day we were in the nightclub that was near where she lives, and I seen my RE teacher, and without getting him into trouble, because I can't remember the guy's name anyway, so it doesn't really matter, let's just say if he's more than drunk. there was other substances potentially added in there, and of course I thought that was dead funny at that age, didn't I? Not so much about the fact that there was other substances, more about the fact that I seen him in a nightclub. So that was a Saturday night, and then the following week when I had him for RE, whatever day it was, I stayed behind, I carried on, me and my pal, and I was like, watch this, me and my pal, and we're taking ages to get our stuff in my bag and everything, and he's like, you alright, Aileen? And I was like, yeah. I was like, sir, and he says, what? And I says, I seen you up with dancing Saturday night. Well, his face went chalk white. He's like, eh. And I was like, I seen you. And he's like, what were you doing up there? And I was like, I was with my cousin. Just got to do with you. Anyhow, that's a few wee... Oh, Aileen was a pure menace as a teenager. I'm trying to make better decisions these days, okay? Forgive me, Father. I used to sin, but not anymore. I've learned my lesson. I'm not even religious, and I'm not mocking religion. I'm just saying, please forgive me. I mean, I've always said I've got the big burn of fire, and that's where I want to go, because I definitely think it'll be more fun for a start, and it'll be a lot warmer, and I've got sore bones, so they need some heat on them. Me and my son had this discussion the other week, but I'll leave that story for another day as well. I keep seeing things, I swear to God, I need to take my tablets because I'm starting my wee hallucinations. I've not took them for long enough. But I'm going to leave it at that. I'm getting myself too excited talking about being young. Now I think I'm young again, and I definitely am not. The minute I go and try and stand up for this chair, I will realise I am not young anymore. I'll be like, like everything will be creaking and season and whatever else. But I hope you enjoy a chilled out weekend if that's what you decide to do. If you do decide to go to the pub or clubbing or whatever you decide to do, enjoy that as well, but be safe. Whatever you decide to do this weekend, be safe, and I will see you all soon. I mean, I won't see yous, but yous will see me. I might see yous, but I won't know it's you, because I don't know any of yous. I might know some of yous, but not all of yous. Listen, if you see me, come and say hi. I don't bite, unless you want me. I'm kidding on. I'm going to get myself into a lot of bother, ain't I? Right, I'm away, talking rubbish, and I hope you enjoy your weekend. There will be another episode tomorrow at 7 AM and every day up until a week tomorrow, which is the whatever, the something of January. Did we work that out to be the 5th? I think we did. And I may give you a few wee nuggets of information over the next few days, but if I don't, you will definitely get some information next weekend. But for now, enjoy your weekend. Do whatever makes you happy. Make good choices. Reach out if you need any help or support, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye bye.